Today's lesson is called Florence Pugh, Hollywood's confident newcomer. Hello everyone, my name is Jeff.
My name is Roger, and as we begin the month of June, we're going to talk about a celebrity, a new celebrity that perhaps you haven't heard about, but you're going to hear about this person more and more because her career is off to a good start. And she's had some success already, and she's sure to have some more success in the future. Maybe you've heard of her, Florence Pugh.
Yeah, over the last couple of years here, Florence Pugh has been in quite a few movies. Yeah, she's really all over the place these days. Yes, she's making a splash in movies, and apparently she's also very confident. Yeah, she's Hollywood's confident newcomer. Anyways, let's go ahead and get started with our article here on Florence Pugh. We'll begin reading from our article right after a short break.
Florence Pugh, Hollywood's confident newcomer. Before last year, 24-year-old English actress Florence Pugh was almost completely unknown. That changed in 2019 when she rocketed to fame with big roles in 3 major films. Praised for her acting skills despite having had no formal training, Pugh has also gained fans for her confident personality.
大家好，标题中我们看到单字 Newcomer， 这个字是名词，指新来的人、新手。例如 Since you're a newcomer, please introduce yourself to the rest of the group. 由于你是新人，请向其他的组员介绍一下自己。或是 Olivia is a newcomer to hiking. Olivia 是爬山的新手。另外补充一个相关片语 Be no newcomer to， 表示对绝非生疏。像是 Elsa is no newcomer to public performances, which you can see in her confident manner. Elsa 对外公开表演一点也不生疏，这可从她自信的态度看出。
Okay, everybody, let's talk about the first part of today's lesson. The title is Florence Pugh, Hollywood's confident newcomer. A newcomer is somebody who is new on the scene. This is similar in meaning to a novice, or maybe even a greenhorn, but those are kind of negative terms. Those terms describe someone who is new at something and they're still learning how to do it, like a novice. I'm really a novice at gaming. I don't know much about it. But a newcomer just means a new person, and it doesn't have any negative meanings at all. Just somebody who's new and becoming famous in this case. And the person is Florence Pugh. So yes, she's a new face and she's become quite successful already. Now, here in the first paragraph, it says, Before last year, 24-year-old English actress Florence Pugh was almost completely unknown. So yeah, she seemed to have shot to stardom overnight. I had not heard of her before last year, so this is certainly true, but she was in some movies last year, and they were famous movies, so now she's a household name, Florence Pugh.
Anyway, she was unknown, but that all changed in 2019. Yeah, that changed in 2019 when she rocketed to fame with big roles in 3 major films. How about that? Not only was she in 3 films, but she was in 3 major films.
And she had big roles in those movies. Usually when someone starts out in Hollywood, they have a lot of minor roles, like Kevin Bacon or various people like that, all had very small roles in some films, and then they gradually became more famous, and then they started getting big roles or major roles in major films. Praised for her acting skills despite having had no formal training, Pugh has also gained fans for her confident personality. So she's been praised for her acting skills. People say that she's a really good actor or actress, but this is despite the fact that she had no formal training. So here, despite means the opposite, okay? Despite the weather, for example, we're still going to go hiking. Even though we have bad weather, we're still going to go hiking. So here, people think she has really good acting skills despite the fact that she never really trained to be an actor.
Yeah, usually when you admire an actor, you think, wow, that person has honed their craft over the years. They've worked hard. They've been in many movies. They've gotten formal training, like they went to acting school or something like that. But that's not the case here. People go, wow, Florence Pugh. Check out the acting chops on her. Wow, boy, is she ever skilled as an actress. And they say this even though or despite she's had no formal training. Yeah, Florence, where did you go to acting school? And she would say, what are you talking about? I'm just me. I'm just wildly talented. I'm a great actor naturally. I'm good at acting even though or despite I've had no formal training. Florence Pugh might say this, okay? And she might say these things, one, because she is talented, and two, because she has a confident personality. People like her confident personality. She believes in herself, and she thinks that she's a good person with lots of great qualities and talent and stuff like that. Anyways, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a short break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
Pugh's acting career began in 2014, when, at the age of 18, she landed a role in the mystery drama The Falling. Her work in this movie earned her nominations for 2 British Film Awards and opened the door to further acting opportunities. Last year, she played a British woman who becomes a wrestling star in Fighting with My Family. This was followed by her portrayal of a traumatized college student in the spine-tingling horror film Midsommar. Pugh finished off the year with the role of Amy, the youngest of the March sisters, in the film adaptation of the beloved American novel Little Women.
第二部分我们看到名词 wrestling， 意思是摔跤运动，像是 I don't like to watch wrestling on television because I don't like the violence of it. 我不喜欢看电视上的摔跤比赛，因为我不喜欢它的暴力场面。另外，补充这个字的动词 wrestle, W-R-E-S-T-L-E, wrestle, 指摔跤、角力。例如 The boys were told not to wrestle in the house. 男孩们被告知在家里不要打来打去。或是 The pop star is now wrestling with a new style of music. 这位流行明星现在正与一種新的音樂風格角力。而 wrestle 除了上面的意思，還可以指苦惱、努力應付。我們可以說Dan wrestled with whether to invite his ex-girlfriend to his wedding. Dan 苦惱着是否要邀請前女友參加他的婚禮。再來，我們看到單字 portrayal， 這個字是名詞，指飾演、描繪。舉例來說 The actor won an award for his portrayal of an English king. 那名演員因他飾演的英國國王而得獎。另外，這個字去掉字尾 AL 就成了動詞 portray， 指描繪、描寫、扮演。我們可以說 The film portrayed the beloved historical figure as a villain. 這部電影將那位備受愛戴的歷史人物描繪成壞蛋。或是 The actor often portrays villains in his television roles. 那名演員在他演出的電視角色中常扮演壞蛋。再補充一個相關片語 show or portray somebody in a negative or bad light. 表示醜化某人，以負面觀點描述某人。像是The biography portrays the former politician in a negative light. 這本傳記醜化這位前政治人物。接着我們看到形容詞 traumatized， 意思是精神受創的。例如 Peter's younger sister was traumatized by the accident. Peter 的妹妹因為那場意外精神受創。
Okay, let's talk a little bit about Florence Pugh's acting history. Pugh's acting career began in 2014, which was 6 years ago, when at the age of 18, she landed a role in the mystery drama The Falling. Okay, when you get a role in a movie, you could use this verb to land something. She landed a role, she got a role, she was hired to play this role in this movie, The Falling, and we're describing this movie as a mystery drama. It's all about trying to figure out who committed the crime, or there was some mystery that they needed to figure out. So movies like that can be fun to watch.
There you go. So that was at the age of 18 back in 2014. She landed this role. Okay, now her work in this movie earned her nominations for 2 British Film Awards and opened the door to further acting opportunities. So even in 2014, when she was 18, people recognized that she was a talent. But again, she didn't really make her big break there, or she didn't get her big break, I should say, until 2019. Anyways, last year there in 2019, she played a British woman who becomes a wrestling star in Fighting with My Family.
Yeah, wrestling has many different forms. This is one that's mostly for show, for fun. You've probably seen this on TV of the pro wrestling or all-star wrestling in the United States. And she actually fought with her family about this. I think they were, opposed to the idea, but she became successful in the movie, and I believe it was based on a true story. Now, that was her role in that movie, and she was the leading actress in that movie. And this was followed by her portrayal of a traumatized college student in the spine-tingling horror film Midsommar. But in any case here, if you talk about a portrayal, then you're talking about the role that you played. You're acting and you're pretending to be a certain person in a movie. So that's your portrayal. The role in this movie was a traumatized college student, a college student who was scared of something. So she acted like a traumatized college student. That was her depiction. That was her portrayal.
There you go. This is the role she played. But we want to make it clear that she did a really good job of portraying this traumatized college student. I believe in this horror movie, this student here, there's been a death in the family. So right at the very beginning of the movie, she's not psychologically doing well. Something bad has happened to her, and she hasn't really come to terms with it yet, okay? So that's affecting her negatively. She has been traumatized by this, hurt psychologically by something. And yes, Florence Pugh apparently knocked this role out of the park. She did a good job portraying this particular person. So first there was Fighting with My Family. She was either wrestling with them or fighting with them because she wanted to become a wrestler. Then she played a fantastic role in a horror movie, but that wasn't it. Pugh finished off the year with the role of Amy, the youngest of the March sisters, in the film adaptation of the beloved American novel Little Women. There you go. Now here we have a film adaptation, okay? Sometimes you start off with a piece of source material, like a novel. You think, that's a great novel, let's turn it into a movie. If that's the case, you adapt that novel into a film or into a movie. Now, once you've made that movie, you call that a film adaptation of that novel. That's the case here, I should say. We're not talking about evolution or anything like that. And apparently, this novel, Little Women, it's kind of a big deal in America. It's a beloved American novel.
Beloved, something that people really, really like. So this novel has been around for a long time. Lots of people have read it, and they just love it. So, of course, it was only natural for it to be made into a movie. This is the film adaptation, and she was in this movie. She's the youngest of the March sisters, so I suppose as a British actress, she had to learn how to do an American accent. Okay, that brings us to the end of the second part of our lesson. Let's now listen to the third part.
Pugh's success is due in part to her fearlessness and professionalism. The director of Fighting with My Family was surprised by the newcomer's confidence. On her third day on the set, Pugh had to film a scene before 20,000 wrestling fans. The director recalls her first take, saying, "They played the theme music and she just walked right into the ring. cool as ice. It was dazzling.
最后第三部分我们看到单字 recall， 这个字是动词，念作 recall， 指记起、回想起、记得，后面可接名词或动词 ing 或子句，像是 Kenny couldn't recall if he had seen the film before. Kenny 想不起来他有没有看过这部片。另外，除了上面的意思，这个字还可以指回收、召回。举例来说，After the popular children's toy was found to have lead, the company recalled its product. 这款受欢迎的儿童玩具被发现含铅后，公司便回收其产品。这个字也可以当名词，念作 recall， 指记性、记忆力。我们可以说 Colin asked his friend to test his recall of the vocabulary list. Colin 要求他朋友测试他对单字表的记忆。
Okay, so Pugh had a fantastic year in 2019. And you know what? Her success, that's going to continue. 2020 has been big for her as well. And yes, moving into 2021 even, it looks like the future is going to be bright for Florence Pugh. But why? Why is she so successful? Well, Pugh's success is due in part to her fearlessness and professionalism. So she's talented, she's got great acting chops, but she's also fearless and professional.
Yeah, professional is the adjective, being professional, taking things seriously and not screwing around, and you add ism to the end to make it a noun. Professionalism, so of course she is respected for her attitude, her fearlessness, and her professionalism, so they don't have to worry about her screwing around on the set or wasting time or showing up late. She's very professional, so that's why directors and producers want to seek her out for acting roles, and the director of Fighting with My Family was surprised by the newcomer's confidence. Confidence, of course, is the noun form of confident, which means basically you believe in yourself and you think that you can succeed and you're not easily psyched out by other people. So the director of Fighting with My Family was quite surprised by her confidence. Wow, she's very confident. And here's the example. On her third day on the set, Pugh had to film a scene before 20,000 wrestling fans. I know if I had to do that, I would be extremely nervous. I would want to crawl away and hide in my bed.
There you go now. She had to film a scene, and there were 20,000 wrestling fans there. Oh, I'm sure she was nervous, right? Oh, she probably needed multiple takes, right? Wrong. The director recalls her first take, saying they play the theme music, and she just walked right into the ring, cool as ice. It was dazzling. So she didn't need any practice. She walked right in there and did a great job on the first take. How about that for confidence, fearlessness, and professionalism, even though the task ahead of her was going to be a challenging one? She handled it without fear. She had a lot of courage, and she was also very professional in the way that she did things. Anyways, we've got 3 vocabulary words to talk about in this sentence. The first of these is the word recall.
Recall just means to remember something that someone said or something that happened. So yes, the director recalls or remembers her first take. Your take, of course, is in filming. That means the first time you try to film something when you're making a movie. So her first take, her first attempt to portray this role in a particular scene actually went quite well. They may have even used it. Stanley Kubrick, I think you may have heard of him. He's famous for having multiple takes of the same scene, sometimes 50 or 60 takes just to get it right. But in this particular case, she nailed it on the first take. They played the theme music and she just walked right into the ring, cool as ice. She was totally confident and it was dazzling. So they played the theme music, the music that is part of this movie. Theme music is also quite popular with like Star Wars, or Rocky or whatever. They all have music that we all recognize when we hear it.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the theme music from the movie Rocky. Yeah, that's a great theme song. Anyways, that's a good example sentence for the word theme. How about for the word recall? You could say something like, I recall Central Park in fall. It was beautiful that autumn. Anyways, yes, Central Park that fall was beautiful, or it was dazzling. It was just amazingly beautiful. It was very surprising to see just how beautiful Central Park was in the autumn.
Dazzling usually means really bright for your eyes, but in this particular case, it just means spectacular, really amazing, really cool to see.
There you go. All right, folks, with that, it's time for you guys to hear from the Chinese teacher, but don't go away. We'll be back next time.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny。 我们来看今天的文法重点。课文第二部分提到 Florence Pugh 在《迷之坠落》这一部电影当中的表现，为他赢得2项英国电影奖的提名，并且为他未来的演艺之路开启了更多机会。句子里面用到片语Open the door to something， 字面意思是打开通往什么的门，那么引申用来表达说提供什么样的机会啊，或是管道。我们也可以用 open the way to something 来表达。好，那么例如 Winning the singing competition opened the door to her career in music， 赢得那次的歌唱比赛为她开展了音乐事业的管道。好，那顺便补充2个跟 door 有关的片语。第一个要补充的是 behind closed doors， 字面意思是在关着的门后面，引申用来表达秘密的、私底下的，用来表达说某事物它是处于私底下不公开、秘密进行的状态。像有时候我们可能在这个媒体上面写到说什么某2个总统他们闭门会谈之类的，那我们来造个例句 The two presidents talked for 20 minutes behind closed doors， 那2位总统密谈了20分钟。好，第二个补充的片语是 get one's foot in the door， 字面意思是让某人的脚踏进门。同学们可以试着想，当你的脚踩进门，人家是不是就关不了门？你的脚卡在门缝那边，你就成功卡位了。那这个用法呢，就是在表达说迈出成功第一步，初步进入，像是初步进入某个组织啊，或是企业等等的。举例来说，Pam took a job as an administrative assistant to get her foot in the door. Pam 她接下一份行政助理的工作，争取到进入那一间企业工作的机会。好，那么接着读到课文第3部分第一句，他写到 Pew's success is due in part to her fearlessness and professionalism. 溥仪的成功部分是来自于他无所畏惧以及专业。那句子里面的 professionalism 就表示专业素养或是专业水准。好，那我们这边是要介绍一个副词片语叫 in part。in part 表示在某种程度上或者是部分地。那么 part 的前面还可以加上修饰语，像是 large、great、good 等等，来表达说在很大的程度上或者是多半怎么样怎么样。这时候它意思就会跟 largely、mostly 或是 mainly 差不多。例如 Eddie is in large part responsible for the problem. Eddie 在很大程度上得为那个问题来负责任。那顺便补充一下哦，当 in large part 要搭配表示原因的片语介系词，它有习惯的写法，同学们要特别注意它的摆放位置哦。像 due to、thanks to 不是有由于的意思吗？那我们把 in large part 摆在片语之间，要写作 due in large part to，或者是 thanks in large part to。 那至于像 as a result 或者是 because of 这一类的片语， in large part 是要摆在它们的前面，变成 in large part as a result of 什么什么，或者是 in large part because of 什么什么。举例来说， Their success was due in large part to their hard work and enthusiasm。他们的成功大部分是来自他们的努力和热忱。好，那么以上今天重点整理，我们来回顾今天的单字吧。
Despite. We went to the beach as planned, despite the bad weather. Adaptation. The film adaptation of the novel did not receive positive reviews from critics. Beloved. After his beloved mother passed away, Jason kept all of the books that belonged to her. Recall. When questioned, the suspect said he couldn't recall where he had been on the night of the robbery. Theme. The musician won an Academy Award for the movie's theme song. Dazzling. This park is the perfect place to watch dazzling sunrises and sunsets.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.